Okay, let's introduce the panelists. Siddharth Nath Singh of the BJP. Tehseen Poonawala leans to the Congress party. He's as good as a Congress party spokesperson. So I will not describe him as a political analyst, which he is no longer an independent political analyst. Now, P Tripathi of the NCP Member of Parliament. KTS Tulsi, Senior Advocate and Member of Parliament. Arati Jerath, Senior Journalist. Dr Kiran Bedi. She supports Modi, but she's not with the BJP. She's independent on this. Lord Meghnad Desai will be joining us. Our satellite truck is 25 kilometers away from Ketal, where we might get Randeep Surjewala live, perhaps on time. Now, Siddharth, what is this? Because Rahul questions you on Adani, you respond with RSVP. You don't explain even once. By the way, this is an open debate after the first question. You don't explain even once why you were quiet for 2.5 years.
Well, we have.
Why you picked it up now? Because you're insecure on the Adani issue.
Well, if you have asked your question, I can reply.
Yes.
Arnab, I'll reply, but after that, please, I have a lot of echo.
That's all. Okay. We'll correct that. We'll correct that.
As far as as far as Adani is concerned, we have already replied in detail to the Congress, and Congress have nothing else to offer on the Rahul Gandhi's toffee model. We have said beginning 85 to 95, in 97 also when Waghela government was there, the Congress has allotted at 1 rupee and 2 rupees. So we have given in detail, and Congress has no rebut to it. Well, I think, Arnab, you can come back to me again.
I'll fix the echo. No, by the way, just on a lighter note, as we fix the echo, Siddharth Nath Singh, I'm surprised you're complaining about the echo, because I thought most politicians like the sound of their own voice, besides TV anchors. That's on a lighter note. Here's Uma Bharti. Uma Bharti.
I can't be Arnab Goswami.
So that's why I said and TV anchors. So I took the jibe on myself as well. We'll correct that. Uma Bharti goes right after the BJP, the Congress once again. A few minutes back, I have received a tape where she says, I don't care what the BJP says. If we come to power, we are going to put Jamai Babu in jail. That references Robert Vadra. Let's hear her.
क्योंकि वो सोनिया गांधी के दामाद हैं, इस कारण से जिस भी राज्य में कांग्रेस की सरकारें थी वो सब उनसे दबे, केंद्र के मंत्री भी उनसे दबे और सारे नियमों का उल्लंघन करके उनने पैसे बनाए। और मेरी पार्टी के लोग भले ही मुझसे नाराज हो जाएं, लेकिन जिस दिन मेरे हाथ में बात आएगी उस दिन मैं जमाई बाबू को जेल जरूर भिजवाऊंगी। ठीक है।
मोदी जी ने कहा था कि हम बदले की उससे कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करेंगे। आपके पिछला जब बयान आया था कि जमाई बाबू जेल जाएंगे, उसके बाद मोदी जी ने कहा था हम बदले से कोई कार्रवाई नहीं
करेंगे, बदले से नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन अपराधी को सजा तो देंगे ना। जो निर्दोष होगा उससे हम बदला नहीं लेंगे, लेकिन जिसने देश की चोरी की हो और जिसने नियमों का उल्लंघन करके पैसे कमाए हों, उनको तो जेल भिजवाना पड़ेगा, उनको माफी नहीं मिलेगी। जो नहीं दंड करूं खल तोरा, भ्रष्ट होए श्रुति मार्ग मोरा। अगर भ्रष्टाचारियों को दंड नहीं दिए गए तो धर्म का मार्ग ही विचलित हो जाएगा।
Okay, Kiran Bedi, how fair is that? How fair is what Uma Bharti has said? How fair is it to
the law. Here is a man called Ashok Khemka, applied the law. But what happened? There is no course. So these are my 5 things. So Vadra's case does merit an independent special investigation team. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I get your point.
Arnab, I'd like to
yes,
comment,
Tehseen.
Yeah, Arnab, first of all, happy Easter to all your viewers. And I hope I'm not sent to Pakistan because I'm opposing Narendra Modi ji. Now, here's the more substantial point, because Kiran Bedi ji brought up some very substantial points. As so far as the Haryana land deal is concerned, this matter went into PIL both in the High Court and in the Honorable Supreme Court. Arnab, I'll just take a minute to read what the Honorable Supreme Court said in the matter of Robert Vadra with regards to the PIL of the Ashok Khemka issue that Ms. Bedi brings up. The Honorable Supreme Court says, in the name of a PIL, public interest litigation, we will not allow you to destroy the name of a person merely because he happens to be linked to a politician. Therefore, he cannot be called a sinner. It also says, your petition, it tells the petitioner, says that the Haryana government gave license for 21,000 acres of land. Why then are you targeting one person? And it asks the petitioner to withdraw the petition. This is the Honorable Supreme Court that gave Robert Vadra a clean chit as so far as this issue that Ms. Bedi brings up. As so far as the Rajasthan and the Bikaner issue is what, which is the other issue that the BJP tends to bring up all the time, I would like to talk that it's their government right now in Rajasthan. I have RTI replies where Mrs. Vasundhara Raje, the current Chief Minister of Rajasthan, has asked all her collectors, including the collector of Bikaner, to give a report on all the investments done by companies where Mr. Vadra has
So what's wrong with that?
None of the collectors.
No, what's wrong with that?
One second.
No, what's wrong with that? By the way, no, we are now opening it up. No,
only one sentence.
We'll open it up now.
Arnab, I have only one sentence and then you can interrupt.
No, there are 4 other panelists who have to come in. Randeep is on the phone line.
Just
complete it quickly, please. Complete it quickly. Don't get into speech mode.
None of these reports, in their government point to any wrongdoing. All the policies were made by Mrs. Raje. Just go back to Dainik Bhaskar and to the Rajasthan Patrika of 2008. It was they who advertised these policies.
Don't play victim. Don't
and
play
therefore,
victim.
People invested in them. There is nothing
one
wrong.
second.
They've given a clean chit themselves.
Don't play victim. I'm saying don't play victim. Answer factually. You're playing victim.
No, I'm not playing victim.
What you're doing is playing victim. Ask KTS. Randeep is on the phone line. Randeep Surjewala. Randeep Surjewala, are you there on the phone line? 1 second. This is Arnab here.
I'm very much there, Arnab.
Yeah, so the question is, Randeep, and by the way, Meghnad Desai, P Tripathi, KTS Tulsi and Arati Jerath, we're going to come to you in a minute, right? Randeep, we were hoping to get you live. Satellite truck has not reached. But in the meantime, you see, one of the Congress-leaning participants on the program puts this argument that the Supreme Court did not entertain a petition seeking a CBI investigation into the licenses granted to several real estate developers, including the one in which Robert Vadra is associated for developing colonies in Haryana. Randeep, you know this argument amounts to nothing because A, there was no inquiry, B, there was no investigation, the state government did not order an inquiry, and that's the reason why on issues of maintainability the petition was dismissed. That's not a defense of Robert Vadra, is it? Randeep?
Arnab, you permitted Kiranji 5 short statements. Let me begin with the first one. No amount of witch hunt, mudslinging or diatribe or petty politicking that Mr. Modi and company now seeks to level by putting wool over people's eyes. It's not going to hoodwink people and cover his tracks with the insurmountable amount of black money that he's using in this campaign of 15,000 crores. As far as Mr. Robert Vadra
Modi and rejects the petition in toto just because Mr. Modi, thirdly, Mr. Modi wants to cover his tracks because he allocates to Mr. Adani 9,500.
Why do you pick up the Adani issue again and again when we are talking about Vadra?
No, because we have to see it. It's a scam running into 30,000 crores in one transaction.
No, you answer
me one line.
You answer. One second, Mr. Surjewala.
Yes.
Mr. Surjewala, we need to get quick reactions to what you're saying here. You know, I'm going to come back to you. Siddharth, you want to respond to it? DP Tripathi, you think this will hold? Meghnad Desai, you think this argument will hold? This argument in defense of Vadra? Okay, Siddharth.
Arnab, two things. One, both of them, the Congress supported spokesperson and the spokesperson, they both are referring to a Supreme Court judgment, which in normal course the Supreme Court will say if it depends on the prayer, which is a normal justice process.
Have they quoted anything wrong?
The matter is,
have they quoted anything wrong?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is in normal course the Supreme Court will reply in such a fashion to a prayer. What I'm trying to say is there needed to be an investigation, and the whole issue is 1 lakh rupee in your bank account and you turn around a deal which is more than 70-80 crores. That is the whole thing. And the company, you remember the day it came out and we all debated on your channel, within 24 hours, we have the finance minister jumping in, we have the corporate affairs minister jumping in, if not then other ministers jumping in to give a clean chit. If he is an individual, as per the Supreme Court,
what about,
why did all the entire bunch of the ministers jump in?
So why do all the BJP leaders?
Because he was the son-in-law. The Honorable Supreme Court.
No, why do all the BJP leaders? Why do all the BJP leaders jump in the case of Adani? If Robert Vadra's wealth has risen,
we have not.
No. Of course you have.
We didn't jump. Arnab Goswami, we only gave the facts, which was given by our spokesperson Nirmala ji.
DP Tripathi, KTS Tulsi.
There have been in past. It is not the first case. Adani had been getting
DP Tripathi, KTS Tulsi, come into the debate. Meghnad Desai, come into the debate. The BJP. No. The question I have. No. Let's get DP Tripathi first.
The trophy is gone.
Siddharth Nath Singh, a minute, Siddharth. You see, don't believe the so-called RSVP model does not reduce the onus on you or the BJP Gujarat government to answer questions related to the Adanis. If Robert Vadra's wealth has risen from 1 lakh to 400 crores in 5 years, as per your charge, then Adani's wealth has also risen to 35,881 crores over the last 10 years.
Has given.
Okay, 1 second.
May I make just one point?
Just a minute. DP Tripathi.
Just one point.
I'm getting DP Tripathi in. 1 second. DP Tripathi, please respond.
Yeah. You see, the points that BJP is raising are new models, new expressions, now RSVP, which is a French expression. In English, it means respond please, and the alternative, Arnab, of RSVP is regrets only. So for BJP, the people of India will create a situation when they will have to say regrets only. They have given a new meaning to RSVP. RSVP, according to BJP behavior, your attacks.
So I thought you
he
were
is the most experienced political leader in the country. That even your prime ministerial candidate Modi has said. Forget about me. Don't talk about Sharad Pawar here. We are talking about your attacks
the land
on a person who is legally
spoken the better.
According to law of the land is innocent.
Sir, the simple questions which none of you... No, don't get into this. No, Mr. Tripathi, just a minute. Mr. Tripathi, allow me please to get Lord Desai and KTS Tulsi into the debate, and Arati Jerath has not even come in. Just a minute. My question is, let's ask facts. So let's get Meghnad Desai. I find it surprising the speed at which the Congress-led Huda government processes files related to Robert Vadra's property at a fascinating speed, whereby the land which is purchased on February 12, 2008, Chief Minister's approval is sought on March 10, 2008. 1 minute. And approval is granted on March 21st, 2008. KTS Tulsi, are we supposed not to look into that? Tell me one instance in the entire country where a state government works at such speed to deal with an individual file. Give me one instance. No. And why should that not be questioned today?
I know. No. You can simply can't raise inferences and question by only an inference. There is no fact. This was a private land.
How is this an inference? I am quoting facts.
Purchased by a private person. No, it's not a fact that there has been, merely because this has been approved fast, is not a crime. You see, what is crime is 1,000,000 times more serious of grant of 3,86,83,079 square meters of land to Mr. Adani in 2003.
So why do you pick up Adani every time I ask a question on Vadra? Is my question to you on Vadra or on Adani?
Because, these questions, I am saying that here is something which is criminal in nature. There is a criminal breach of trust.
Fine, let's deal with that separately.
Scam.
No, let's deal with that. No, no, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Where is the question?
No, 1 second. Just a minute.
Haryana government.
No. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, Mr. KTS Tulsi. Let's be clear. Who talked of the toffee model? Rahul Gandhi. Right? Now, what you're saying is, 1 minute.
Because Mr. Modi asked for it.
Okay, fine. So, what is this licorice model? Chocolate model? What model is this? Where a state government responds in 10 days to such an important file?
State government's response in 10 days is something to be appreciated.
Appreciated? Meghnad Desai. Okay, fine. Meghnad Desai.
It can't be under this government. This government is not going to do it.
He chooses to make a
We know this government is not going to do it.
No, so what you're saying,
this government is not going to do it.
No, so that's the point. You're saying this government.
After received the order of transfer.
You see, under the UPA 2, there's going to be no investigation.
Yeah, so you are basically saying that the UPA 2 is protecting.
Khemka was lying, he didn't have to be transferred.
Please, can I come in?
No, fine, yes.
When the CBI, Arnab, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when the CBI gives...
Exactly.
No, Arnab.
Of course, UPA
what sort of logic does Lord Meghnad Desai use?
I don't know why there's a controversy about this. Of course he's being protected.
When the CBI gives a clean chit to Amit Shah, it's a professional agency. Otherwise, it's an agency under the control of the government. This sort of double standards that the BJP and BJP leading industrialists indulge in. And since we're talking about...
You're going all over the country.
I have said nothing about Amit Shah. I have said nothing about Amit Shah. I have not mentioned Amit Shah. I have not mentioned Amit Shah. I have a great respect for CBI.
And a sale deed happens.
Sir, 1 second. 1 minute. No, 1 minute. By the way, Lord Meghnad Desai. Lord Desai. 1 minute. What did you say? I have great respect for the CBI?
Yeah. Yes. I said I'm not.
Did you mean the Supreme Court or the CBI?
All I'm saying is let the CBI investigate.
You have great respect for the CBI after all that they have done.
Unless the government
I find again with great respect for you. I find your answer self-contradictory.
CBI is a caged parrot.
Lord Desai, on the one hand you say that the CBI has not done anything, the CBI has covered up. Then you say I have great respect for the CBI. I think these are two self-contradictory positions, but let's go to the politics of it. The politics of it, I open up the debate. Arati Jerath.
Arati. A bunch of hypocrites.
No, 1 minute. Don't use strong language like that, bunch of hypocrites. Arati, the question is this.
What I'm saying.
Who is the bunch of hypocrites?
Arnab, what I'm saying, when the CBI does investigate, it does a thorough job.
Sir, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Historically, it is proven that it doesn't. I can pull out case after case after case after case in which the CBI has done nothing but some of the most embarrassing botch-ups and cover-ups jobs in the country. You may think sitting in London the CBI does a good job. Very few people in India think
so
that.
I'm wrong.
Most people think that, the CBI has been a handmaiden for governments. Anyway, Arati Jerath, let's go to the politics. Let's not be stuck on that. I'm going to Arati.
I'm wrong.
No, I'm going to Arati. No, 1 second.
I confess to be wrong.
So fine. The question.
I confess to be wrong, and I apologize.
That's all right, sir. You can have your view. I can have mine. That's not, wrong. Sir, it's not between you and me.
Okay.
We are talking today about Robert Vadra's case, and this is very important
because I apologize for being wrong.
That's all right.
Don't call me again.
Sir, you don't have to apologize for being wrong. You are right in your own way. And that's your point of view, I can have my point of view. I don't think we need to agree on things. The question is simply this. The question is that the Congress party says today, Arati, this is a witch hunt. One. Secondly, Congress party says Supreme Court has dealt with the issue. It has rejected a PIL seeking a CBI investigation. What is the Wall Street Journal and the BJP going on and on about? That basically is the Congress party's sum total of their charge. Do you accept this charge and will it hold as this election progresses?
Of course not. Arnab, tell me something. The Congress has been in power for the last 10 years. How come it has discovered Adani only now, in the middle of an election campaign? What were they doing for the last 10 years? If indeed Narendra Modi has dispensed so many favors to Adani,
First, let me begin by saying that the fact that you stated Mr. Vadra and him getting a license in government of Haryana are patently wrong. The only license that Mr. Vadra got in Haryana is
No.
That's the problem.
No, sir. No, you are questioning me on fact, Mr. Surjewala.
No, please have the patience to hear.
I can prove it, sir. I have every date with me.
Applied for was 1.5 acres. That's all.
Answer the
and
question.
You are charging him for getting a license for 1.5 acres.
Mr. Surjewala?
That is so unfair.
Mr. Surjewala, just a minute. No, Mr. Surjewala, I must rebut you. Now you made your point. Can I make mine? Will you allow me? Just a minute, and then you can respond to it, because you will realize.
You made up your mind not to permit me.
No.
You have to hear two pertinent facts.
Mr. Surjewala, I will. But when you say...
You are not consciously... This is not within your knowledge.
Okay, so Mr. Surjewala, I will put out facts now, okay? I will state some facts. Allow me to complete. You have accused me of being factually incorrect. No, fine.
I will. Give me an opportunity.
I will, but allow me. No, because I believe that you are...
I've been hearing you for last 30 minutes.
Mr. Surjewala, you know...
Please have the patience also to hear me.
No, but you can't say that I am factually wrong. The fact is you are completely wrong.
Mr. Goswami, the only license that he applied for was 2.10 acres. Out of that, he only got a license for 1.5 acres.
Well,
as against this, Mr. Adani gets...
No, stop right there.
Acres
no, Mr. Surjewala, you are going into the details. I have the details with me. Now,
how do you justify that?
Now, Mr. Surjewala, we'll go into the debate. We won't allow this personal issue between you and me right now on the question of fact. 1 minute to derail the discussion. 1 minute. However, I will point out to you, right, the following facts. February, and you go and check it out. You're a minister in Haryana. My information is, just a minute. Yeah. My information is that on February 12th, 2008, an individual called Robert Vadra buys 3.5 acres of land in Shikopur village in Manesar, Haryana for 7.5 crores. Okay. My information also is that 1 day later, the plot is mutated in favor of a firm called Skylight Hospitality. My information is that 27 days after that, on the 10th of March, approval for development license is sought. And my information, Mr. Surjewala, and I repeat it with all the conviction at my command, is that on the 21st of March 2008, Chief Minister's approval comes in, which proves what I said earlier, that within 10 to 11 days of the approval for the development license being sought, whether it is for 1 inch, 1 acre or 100 acres.
Now let me...
No. So the license is sought and given.
I have to say that
No. So I place some facts at your...
I'm also placing facts for you. You are confusing grant of a license with a letter of intent. The letter of intent in this case was given a year back.
No.
That letter of intent for grant of change of land use,
sir, again you are wrong,
got turned into a license. And how many? And you permitted Mr. Siddharth Nath to say as if a few thousand acres were changed. You, by your own admission, is saying that he only applied for 3 acres of land.
Okay, now one second. Tripathi, KTS Tulsi, DP Tripathi, to both of you, the BJP says it's wrong. The BJP says it's wrong. We were not silent on Robert Vadra earlier.
And secondly,
we were not silent on Robert Vadra earlier. DP Tripathi and KTS Tulsi are responding to you. Let them come in.
Mr. Tripathi,
Mr. Tripathi, Mr. Tulsi.
You see, I know that for 2 years the media has been going gung-ho about Mr. Vadra's deals, and they have been in the media discussed threadbare. And Arnab, I just want to remind you that on 28th of March you were mentioning that a license was given. But this was a letter of intent that was given.
No, you have mixed up the dates, Mr. Tripathi. No, 1 second. No, 1 second. 1 minute. No, again, Mr. Tulsi, I have greatest regard for you. You are one of the best regarded lawyers in the Supreme Court. But with tremendous regard for you, I would again say to you what I said to Surjewala, that I am never wrong on fact. I said 21st of March, Chief Minister's approval came. 28th of March, Haryana government gives a letter of intent. So effectively, Haryana government clears the application for a change of land use, which means most of the land can be used for a residential project. I'm reiterating my fact. I stand by what I said, but answer the political
point. So if you say that license was given, that is wrong.
I said Chief Minister's approval came on 21st.
That was given.
Good enough to transact a deal.
So on 18th January 2011, it was the letter of intent that was renewed. And these are the two facts on which Khemka was completely wrong in his order. And that's why the inquiry finds that Khemka had no basis.
Inquiry by whom?
But I want to say
inquiry by whom, sir?
I don't know when.
Inquiry by whom?
Pardon me?
Inquiry by whom?
Inquiry by the Chief Secretary.
Which government?
By Chief Secretary.
Which government?
Chief Secretary and three senior
Which government's Chief Secretary?
Senior most civil servants. Well, it's not a foreign government which will inquire.
It's the Congress government
of Haryana.
Kiran Bedi?
The three senior most chiefs.
Kiran Bedi?
No, I want to mention.
No, one second. Meghnad Desai wants to come in. Kiran Bedi is counter.
Why
Kiran Bedi.
Issue is being raised.
Kiran Bedi. 1 minute. Kiran Bedi. Chief Secretary's inquiry report cleared the whole issue. Kiran Bedi to KTS Tulsi.
It's against the senior bureaucracy. Ashok Khemka has been shouting hoarse that they had been pressurizing him. They are the ones who've been victimizing him. Ashok Khemka had been shouting hoarse against the same bureaucracy, as I said in the opening statement, that no land deals are possible without full protection of the top bureaucracy and the top politicians. To my friend, Mr. Tulsi, I would say, one, he's on one hand appreciating the expeditious decision in the change of land use. On the other hand, he is finding fault with Ashok Khemka for and calling him disgruntled because he detected the wrongs in the land deal. On one hand, he's appreciating the speed of the Haryana government. On the other hand, he's calling Ashok Khemka disgruntled for having detected the wrongs in the land deal.
Tehseen Poonawala is responding. We have 10 minutes left. Let them come in. KTS Tulsi, Tehseen Poonawala. Tehseen Poonawala is coming in.
When he passed this order.
Arnab, ask Kiran Bedi ji her opinion. If she thinks that Ashok Khemka was fighting against the bureaucracy and therefore he needs, and he was correct, ask her opinion on Sanjeev Bhatt and on Narendra Modi in the base.
What relevance does that have?
Sanjeev Bhatt, and ask the BJP spokesperson on your channel to answer one simple question. government left, Adani ji was worth 1,000 crore rupees. Today is worth 2 lakh crore rupees when Modi ji is coming. And the debt of Gujarat, which was zero, and the Modi ji has become 2 lakh crore rupees. These are facts. These are facts.
Meghnad
The debt of Gujarat today is 2 lakh crore rupees, and Adani ji is worth 2 lakh crore rupees.
No, Meghnad Desai wants to come in.
We allow them to run an industry to make it into an asset.
Sir, please. Meghnad Desai from London. From London, Meghnad Desai. Before the Meghnad Desai is rebutting you, sir. Tehseen, 1 minute. Wait, Tehseen. 8 minutes left.
Can I say one thing?
Meghnad Desai.
You see that what there is a complete symmetry in both parties. Both parties are complicit in corruption through enhancing the value of land by giving either letter of intent or planning permission, whatever it is. I think there is no virtue in either side. They may abuse each other, but what is true is that, as you said, that if you want to do business in India, you have to be friendly with the government.
No, fine. That's a given. No, but in this case,
India free of corruption until government gets out of the business of granting permissions.
That's a long term. That's long term. I am talking now. I am saying tonight, every day after day now, the target has become very direct. Now, my question to you, DP Tripathi, as a long-standing politician and a political observer, do you think this is aimed at Priyanka Gandhi? The Congress-leaning spokesperson seems to indicate tonight that this is aimed at Priyanka Gandhi. Arati Jerath says it's because of Priyanka Gandhi's growing preeminence that this is now being brought up. What do you think, Mr. Tripathi?
No, I think it is because of the ideological intervention of Priyanka Gandhi that they are so shocked and scared. That is why this whole issue has been brought up. In the entire discourse in these elections, Priyanka Gandhi has done a wonderful job by bringing in the ideological question, which was which was more or less absent. An actual discourse depends on that. So the whole ideology of BJP is different. And what I was pointing out is, what they are saying today, again, please don't mind if I go seriously back to Urdu poetry again. And
Siddharth
this
will
is
respond to that.
who says, "Uljhe hai paon yaar ke zulfe daraz mein, uljhe hai paon yaar ke zulfe daraz mein, lo aap apne daam mein sayyad aa gaya." The spinning of the web of lies which BJP is doing, they have been caught in those falsehoods themselves. So look at the selection of their candidates. No, I'm making a political point on the questions that BJP has raised. Look at the kind of candidates they have fielded, whom they have been opposing for the last 20, 30 years and charging them for corruption and many other evil designs. They are their representatives. They are their candidates today in the elections. They are not talking about these things.
On the first point.
They are talking about purity,
on the first point. On point number one.
Holier than thou attitude.
On point number one.
This is what I am against.
On point number one, that this is an insecure BJP's response. An insecure BJP's response to the fact that Priyanka Gandhi brings an ideological component into the debate. Siddharth?
From 10 Janpath.
What? Siddharth?
Yeah.
No, I'm not from 10 Janpath, by the way. I represent the National Congress Party.
You're not. You're a supporter of 10 Janpath, which was after splitting the party, you came back to support on an issue which was ideological, and you are trying to tell me what is ideology. That was your ideology when you left 10 Janpath.
television and suddenly you have made her a target, or rather you are attacking her through Robert Vadra. You were quiet on Robert Vadra all this time. It's only when she stepped in. And you know, I'm sorry, you know, your credibility as a party, you ran an entire election on Bofors. What happened with Bofors? You ran an entire election campaign on Bofors. You came to power. What did you do with Bofors?
And Mr. Siddharth Nath Singh, no, just a quick follow-up of that. Siddharth, a minute. No, Siddharth, let me ask you. No, Mr. Singh, Arati, just a minute. I have another, Arati, 1 minute. Siddharth, 1 minute. If Robert Vadra's is a case of political equity, please listen. If Robert Vadra's is a case of political equity, what kind of political equity is it that of Yediyurappa, who is facing charges of abusing his office to dole out favors to mining companies?
Well,
what equity is that?
Has been on. We didn't come to his rescue.
You brought him back.
Step down.
You brought him back.
And subsequently,
rescue. You've resurrected him. You've resurrected him.
He's come back after his.
You've resurrected him. What are you saying? You resurrected him.
It doesn't have much of it.
You resurrected the man. Okay, counters coming in. 1 second. 1 second. I don't know if Randeep's still on the phone line.
Mr. Robert Vadra.
Is Randeep on the phone line?
All that.
Randeep is on the phone line. By the way, that issue is trending out now. The RSVP drive trending, many tweets per minute. Randeep is responding. We have 4 or 5 minutes left, even less.
What
Randeep.
Mr. Modi and Bharatiya Janata Party needs to answer today is how and why do they bring one chief minister completely mired in corruption, that is Yediyurappa? Why are they running the entire campaign in Karnataka on shoulders of the Reddy brothers and Mr. Shri Mallu? Why is it that Mr. Narendra Modi has a convicted minister convicted for corruption, Babu Bhai Bokaria, in his cabinet? Why does he not have the courage of conviction to remove him from the cabinet? Why does Mr. Modi have another minister Congress filed a PIL by none less?
Okay, Randeep, we have 2 minutes. Let him respond. He got your point. Randeep, he got your point. Siddharth.
That's right from Adani's.
Okay, Randeep.
He is raising,
okay. Mr. Surjewala, okay.
In the Karnataka thing,
Mr. Surjewala, okay. Please, Kiran Bedi still to come back to the debate.
Bothered about what is happening in the Himachal Pradesh.
Mr. Surjewala, point taken. Now, please let them respond. Okay, please, Mr. Surjewala.
They make him resign as a steel minister, but they make him as the chief minister. That's not the case what we have done in Karnataka. Now, coming on the other
Priyanka, you've still not answered the Priyanka question. Priyanka question thrown at you.
I've already answered. What is there to... If Aarti keeps dreaming that because of Priyanka we are raising, good luck to her. It is her viewpoint. It is for her to write an opinion and an article. But for BJP, it is a corruption. And the corruption is there because there is an RSVP model. And that model... In that model,
okay, we have a minute left now. We have a minute left.
Kiran. Of Sonia Gandhi.
No, 1 second.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have got this benefit.
Yeah, I want to talk about the legal issue. This is a political issue. Of course, Priyanka seems to have rattled them. But what I would like to say is that the biggest land scam that has taken place in any state in the country is this one. And the worst is that this amounts to criminal breach of trust, not only because it has been given at 1 rupee, but also because after taking this land, 3,86,000 crore,
okay, now
3,86 lakh square meters of land, he has sold it at 700 rupees to other people and not utilized for the purpose.
Okay, now we are repeating the point.
It amounts to gross.
Now we're repeating the point. I just want to point out one thing at the end.
You are wrong in your first instance. It is not ₹1, it is ₹25.
Okay, now
then there is
Siddharth, we'll go into we might continue this debate. We might continue the debate. We might continue the debate. I just want to point out one thing for all our viewers. Remember one thing. Robert Vadra had put out a statement, I think that was some time back. The Congress party directly and the Gandhi family directly has never got into this issue. It appears to me now, I don't know whether the Congress party or the Gandhi family officially responds to what has come out in the Wall Street Journal or the BJP is something we'll have to look forward to this week. I don't know, no indications yet, but thank you very much. Right now, the Congress party says, you talk about Robert Vadra, we'll throw 20 questions on Adani back at you. Is that neutralizing or making it worse? The debate will continue. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for debate number 1 on the News Hour tonight.